Hello everyone, this is part 7 of What If Naruto and Hinata Run Away Together, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. The unknown girl pushed the ladder up to her attic. It creaked as she began to climb. However, she ignored this. This was the only way to get up to the attic, and she had long become accustomed to it. She had never liked this part of the old house she lived in, but she had no choice if she was hopefully going to leave the place. Her life here had always been bad. And none of it was her fault. The first thing that made people hate her was her now deceased parents. Her mother had slept around with some random guy who had been wandering around. She was the result of this affair. Also, she apparently reminded people of her crazy grandmother. When her grandmother was a young woman, she claimed to see visions, even going as far to call them prophecies. No one had believed a single word of them. So now her grandmother lived far away from society, not caring about her personal appearance, not wanting to be socially accepted at all. To public knowledge, not a single one had come true yet. But only a few people knew one had actually come true. A while before her father had met her mother, her grandmother had predicted her birth. Her mother had refused to believe, saying she would never marry or have kids. But soon enough her mother was pregnant and she had been born. Her grandmother had tried several times to get her under her care. But her mother had protected her well enough until she was old enough to choose for herself. After that, she had started to drink heavily, which had eventually led to her death due to alcohol poisoning. Good-for-nothing parents. Stupid grandma. Who needs you? Exclamation mark. Not this girl. I'll prove you all wrong. I will. I'll get out of this place and make something of myself. When I eventually someday, I'll go rub in your faces. The girl reached the attic and climbed in. She clambered to her feet and spat on the floor in disgust. Just watch me. She moved over to the old bookshelf in the corner and pulled out a stack of papers, knocking off a whole bunch of other books in the process. Dust flew everywhere as they landed. She coughed as the air cleared up. Crap. She began to pick them up. As she put them back on the shelf, a particularly old-looking one caught her eye. Sitting down, she opened it up. It was an old journal. Oddly enough, it only had a couple of entries in it, 2 short ones. She read them. The first entry was very strange. Tonight I received another vision. Far into the future, long after my generation, an union will come to pass. That union, that marriage, will only be the first of the drastic changes that are to take place. That union will be the root of the changes. Yet that union may or may not happen. One of my future descendants will try to stop it. I have seen her reading this entry. I hope she knows it's not good to curse the S. But these changes may also be for good or bad. I have not been allowed to see the results. That girl, whoever she may be to me in the future, will be the tool of fate, the tool of destiny. Great. Another crazy loon. Arrogant bastard, thinking he can lecture me when he's not even here. My grandma must get it from him. She flipped to the second entry, shocked to see her grandmother's handwriting. My daughter is such a fool. She, along with I, are descendants of that man. Her child will be the tool of fate, the tool of destiny. But no, it can't be, at least not according to her. She has no lover and never will. What trash. Such a person does not deserve to be a descendant of him. I'm glad that the gift passed over her and will pass on to her child. No, it's her child that will be truly worthy. She was mad now. What right did her grandmother have to say anything about her future? I'll prove you wrong, back a grandma. I'll never be what you two crazy prophets say I will be. The journal fell from her hand and her eyes went wide. In her mind's eye, she was seeing something. Something she had never seen before in her life flashed before her eyes. She saw a wedding. A happy couple had just been joined as one and they were K. It flashed forward to the possible future. Somehow she understood that there were 2 possible futures. One, which was a horrible future, had everything destroyed, everyone S. The other was a good future. She gasped as she came back to herself. What? Was that? Have I lost it? Just like my grandma? No. She fell to her knees trembling. I won't. I'll just become what they foresaw. I won't let my destiny control me. She regained her confidence and sat up. But it won't hurt to see how this plays out. If I get the chance, and evidence comes up proving I'm not insane, I'll just kill them. Prevent both futures from happening. She didn't know it, but she had just taken the first step. Kana fidgeted in the hallway nervously. She had come all the way from her old home, in search for a new one when she heard she might have family here in Konoha. So she had taken the long journey in the hopes of making a new life for herself, bringing along her meager possessions. She had arrived late last night, worn out and exhausted. That night she had spent at an inn that was open late. The next morning she had asked to the Uzumaki family. And the servant that had showed her the way to a study had yet to come out. Kana was an adult now. She was tall with a thin build. Mousy brown hair short with no bangs covered her head. Brown eyes looked out of her eye sockets. She wore some of the few clothes she owned, a knee-length skirt with a peasant top. All of her possessions she had in this world sat in the bags at her feet. In fact, Kana only hoped at this moment that they had the gotten B sample in the mail that she had sent away so it could be determined if they were related. The servant came back out of the study and ushered Kana in. Thank you. Kana bowed to the servant. The servant bowed back before leaving her alone with a woman with blue eyes and dark hair. I received your B sample. It didn't match up with mine, but I did have suspicions my husband had someone before me. So I checked it with my other two kids' DNA along with the DNA of my deceased husband. Kana looked up nervously as the woman approached her. And have you gotten the results? The woman nodded. Can you tell me? As you're the head of this clan, I'd respect you. The woman laughed. My suspicions were correct. Minato had another before me. You're his daughter. I may not be your mother by birth, but a daughter is a daughter no matter how it is. If you'd like me to be your stepmom, I will be. Kana looked up happily. You're welcome to stay here. And I'm not the head of my clan. That would be your half-brother, Naruto, who's younger than you. Yes ma'am. If you don't mind, I would like to get to know my family here for a while. I never knew any family back home. My dad was never around. My grandma is completely crazy. And my mom didn't really care about me. The only thing she did was protect me from my grandma who wanted custody of me until I was old enough to choose for myself. She died of alcohol poisoning 2 years ago. Kushina sat down next to her new daughter. You don't have to be so formal. Call me whatever you're comfortable calling me. Our family sure has a thing for sad pasts. Yours is almost as bad as my son's before we got reunited. Would you like to meet your siblings? Kana managed to nod. Kushina rang a bell twice and 2 people entered. Both had blonde hair and blue eyes. She could tell they were shinobi. They looked like twins, the only difference being their gender. UHHM. Kushina. Kushina looked over at Kana. Would I have to become a shinobi? Kana hid her shock. The blonde was her brother. The blonde was also the one of the couple she had seen in her vision that was getting married. She couldn't bring herself to kill her brother. She silently resolved to kill the one he was to marry, whoever she was, if she could not make it not happen any other way. The blonde boy laughing brought her back to this world. Many here are not shinobi. If you don't want to be a shinobi, you don't have to. My name is Naruto. It's nice to meet you. Kana shook her brother's outstretched hand. So my family grows. Welcome. He bowed. The girl elbowed her brother out of the way. I'm Shinobu. Don't mind him. Would you like me to show you around the house? Kana had barely nodded when Shinobu had grabbed her bags for her and was offering her a hand up. Thank you. As the two left the room, an argument was heard between Kushina and Naruto. Naruto wanted to go back to bed even though it was 10 in the morning and his mom wouldn't let him without a fight. A woman named Kin offered Kana a cup of tea later that afternoon. Another one, Saya she believed, answered the door and admitted a young woman. She was the other one from her vision. Kana froze as she contemplated the act she was about to commit. Kin noticed her looking at her. Oh, that's Hinata Hyuga, Naruto-sama's fiancé. They're to be wed soon. I can't wait. The cup of tea was placed down. Thank you. It's been a long journey here. After this I think I'll go look around the village. Since I'll probably be living here from now on. Kin sat down next to her. Really? So you must be the new sibling of Naruto-sama. Your brother is a very kind person. He's opened up his home to us after ours was no longer safe to stay in. Kana noticed that Hinata and Naruto went out that afternoon. They had come back with the news that they were engaged. And she knew they would not separate just based on the possible future that she had seen. So since she hadn't been able to stop it before the engagement happened, she would have to kill Hinata. Her brother would be upset, but she saw no other option. She followed them. She followed them to a polished and engraved stone. Their father was buried here. Kana climbed up a tree and hid, watching as a blonde woman came up to speak to them, saying congratulations. She left and someone else, a woman with black hair and a pig in her arms, followed, looking for the blonde. The two lovers pointed in the direction that the blonde had run off. Kana felt both guilty and nauseous as she watched her brother flirt with his fiancée lightly, not suspecting that she would shortly be Forgive me, Naruto. And with that said, she unleashed the needles, sending them flying at her target. While packing, she had found them in the attic. They had come with poison, but she hadn't had the time to apply the poison. But to her horror, Naruto moved in the way of them at the last moment and they hit him instead. He fell to his knees, guided by Hinata. Who's there? Hinata called out. Something was up with her eyes. Since she knew Hinata was a shinobi, it could perfectly well be some kind of jutsu. It was supposed to be you, not him. I won't let you two say your I do's. Kana called out from the treetops. Naruto struggled to his feet. Why Hinata? Why not me? If you have a problem concerning me, take it out on me. But I won't let you hurt my fiancé. Cursing at her failed attempt on Hinata's life, mad at herself at hurting her brother, she swore and left, trusting Hinata to worry more about Naruto rather than give chase. Naruto woke to a light knocking on his door. Grumbling, he looked at his alarm clock. It was 9:30 in the morning. He knew the only reason Shinobu wasn't trying to get him to be awake right now was because he had nearly last night. Come in. Naruto sat up, flexing his back. His mom walked in with a black velvet box in her hand. How you feeling? Kushina sat down at the end of his bed. I'm fine. Do you need something? Kushina opened up the box in her hand. In it was a necklace. The necklace was a red and gold sun, 1 inch across, that had a ruby in the middle of it. Naruto thought it was a beautiful necklace but not something that he would wear. This isn't for you. Naruto grinned as his mother closed the box. Your father gave me this as an engagement present. I'd like you to give it to Hinata as one. Naruto took the box. I was pretty sure you wouldn't have one. Hinata is your first. And you're hers. Treasure her. Kushina left the room, leaving an extremely confused Naruto behind. Someone knocked on his door again. This time it was Saya. Naruto-sama, Hinata-sama is here to see you. Tell her I'm coming. Saya nodded and she left. Naruto found some clean clothes and got dressed. He was about to leave the room when he remembered the necklace. He ran back to his bed and grabbed it, stuffing it in his pocket. He ran down the stairs to find a fretting Hinata pacing the living room. She had a sword case looped around her. She looked up when she heard footsteps coming from upstairs. Naruto, how is your back? Also, if you don't want to marry me anymore, I'd understand. Hinata shuffled her feet. Saya dragged Shinobu out of the room to give the two some alone time. It's fine, Hinata. And I'd never say I don't want to marry you. That'd be a lie. You stood by me when someone was after my life. I'll stand with you. We'll get through this together. He pulled out the velvet box. She gasped when she saw what was inside. My father gave this to my mother as an engagement present. And now I would like to give it to you. Hinata didn't protest as he unclasped it and put it on her. Thank you, Naruto. It's good that I have something to give you now then. She took off the sword case and pulled a sheathed sword out. She unsheathed the sword, showing him both sides of the blade. It was a traditional katana with the Hyuga family symbol engraved on one side and the Namikaze family symbol on the other. It has full tang, which means it's battle ready. Though I know you prefer your knuckle blades. It's a gift from my family to symbolize our marriage. Naruto took the blade from her hands and tested its balance. It was a perfectly balanced sword. Wow. Thank you, Hinata. This is amazing. He sheathed it and handed her the box for the necklace. I'll treasure this always. Hinata blushed furiously. You're welcome. I'll always treasure this as well. She brushed her hair away from her end to make the necklace visible. The word's been spread. It's now well known that we're engaged. I'm going to put this upstairs. If you would like, you can come up too. Though let's keep the door open just in case. Hinata accompanied Naruto upstairs and he placed the sword on display in his room. He noticed the sheath had the family symbols on it as well. For the Hyuga clan, the flame encased in a circle, which Hinata. For the Namikaze clan, the swirl mark both Naruto had on his outfit and the symbol Minato was known for as well. Hinata only had time to stop by for a short time that day, as she was consulting with a kimono maker for her wedding kimono. They had agreed to not let anything stop the planning of their wedding. Naruto had received a stern lecture from Kushina when he had said something about wearing something informal to his wedding. He had gotten out of the house after that and had never come back. So the next day when Hinata stopped by to see if Naruto wanted to spend the day together, she was shocked to find out that he was missing. Kushina was frantic, thinking she had pushed her son away. It took a lot of convincing to convince her that it wasn't her fault. Besides, Naruto-sama wouldn't do that to his family. Or leave Hinata-sama behind and make her worry. Saya prepared some tea and gave some to the distraught mother. Shinobu also accepted a cup to calm her nerves, suggesting Hinata take some as well. No time for tea. I'll talk to my father about getting a few of my clan to help out in the search. We also need to talk to the Hokage about this. Hinata turned to leave but Kushina stopped her. I'd like to have Shiro and Chiro accompany you. I think this may be another attempt on your life. Naruto got in the way last time. And he's really easy to K, I'm ashamed to say. It may be the plan to get him out of the way long enough to K you. We know he's not S at least. The attacker is someone who doesn't want to hurt him for some reason. Hinata thought. Okay, sounds like a plan. Shiro and Chiro got up and left with Hinata. Let's find Naruto. Tsunade said she'd send help to search for Naruto. I agree with you. It's not like him to suddenly take off. Something's up. I'll get some Anbu on this right away. Hinata, Shiro, and Chiro left to go the Hyuga household. She summoned some Anbu and they were there quickly. This is a discreet job. The head of the Namikaze clan is missing and foul play is suspected. I hate to think this but this has to be an inside job. We don't want to arouse suspicion. Do what you can to find him and bring him back. Keep an eye out for clues to who could have done this as well. The group of Anbu vanished without a word after bowing their heads respectfully. She called Shizune in. What is it, Tsunade-sama? Shizune placed the folders she had in her arms on the desk. Get Kiba of the Inuzuka clan here. I have a job for him and Akamaru. Shizune nodded and left. 20 minutes later Kiba arrived. Akamaru was outside since he was too big to fit inside the office. How can I help Hokage-sama? Tsunade motioned for him to sit and he did so. I noticed the other night you're really familiar with Naruto's scent. Was I correct about this? Kiba nodded. This is top secret. Naruto's missing and we suspect foul play. I'd like you to see if you could track his scent. Kiba sniffed long and hard. It's faint but I can. We can get right on it. Tsunade gave him a headset. Shizune is on channel 13. I have Anbu on this as well but I had a feeling you would be faster. If you find anything, contact her and she'll contact me. Kiba put it on after putting it on the right channel. Will do Hokage-sama. Kin and Kanaka had a sneaky suspicion, as did the others of the Bear clan. Kushina-sama. Kin brought Kushina out of her thoughts. We have a sneaky suspicion this new sibling of Naruto-sama's is up to no good. This only confirms our suspicion. Have you noticed she's not here? Kushina looked around and saw Kana was not here. We've searched the entire house. Kana got home late last night and left early this morning. She looked like she was in some kind of rush. I find it hard to believe that she would mean Hinata harm. Though that would explain why the attacker didn't want to hurt Naruto. She doesn't want to lose her family. But you've never been wrong. Search her room for evidence. Kanaka and Kin went upstairs to Kana's room and came back half an hour later, grave looks on their faces. We've found this. Look at this journal entry. Kin flipped open to a specific entry and Kushina read it. My attempt failed. I went in for the K of Hinata and my brother accidentally got in the way. So now I have injured my own brother, something I wanted to avoid from the start. Maybe my grandmother wasn't crazy at all. Maybe it was her visions that drove her, much as I am now. I only know that if he marries that girl, it could mean bad for the future. It could also mean good. But I don't want to risk it. The two are too much in love to get him to break up. I don't want to do this. I'd rather avoid it. I have made another plan. I plan on getting Naruto out of the way. This should make Hinata worry. When she joins the search, I'll get her alone and take care of her. This way Naruto will be safe and my mission can be successful. Kushina didn't read the rest of the entry. In fact, she let the journal fall to the floor in shock. Are you sure this is Kana's? Kin nodded and pointed out the front page. It had her name on the front page in her handwriting, something Kushina was familiar with now from when they had formally recognized her as a member of the clan. Bring this to the Hokage and conduct a more thorough search of her room. She also may have accomplices within the clan. I want everyone checked out, including your own people. Tell the Hokage this, as it's only fair to have an outside party do the investigation. Sire, I'll be right back. Kushina went up to bedroom on the second floor. Digging through her closet, she pulled out an outfit she never thought she would wear again. It was her shinobi outfit from 18 years ago. She put it on. The entire outfit still fit. The tight black shorts, the midriff tight VN vest, the black gloves, and her original shoes, all still in almost perfect condition. She pulled back her hair loosely, leaving some of the bangs out. Taking a deep breath, she walked back down the stairs and grabbed her shinobi gear hanging near her door. Saya gasped as she saw Kushina wore. Kushina-sama, that outfit. Kushina held up a hand to silence everyone. I know how long it's been since I wore this outfit. But it's time I get serious. I'm following Hinata, Shiro, and Chiro. Kana will appear to try and kill Hinata. I'm going to knock some sense into that girl. Saya watched in silence as Kushina left the house at a run. It's been so long. She hasn't worn that outfit since Minato-sama's. Saya took a deep breath. We just have to have faith. If Kushina is going out there to fight like this, she won't fail us. We'll prepare for Naruto-sama's return. Come on, get moving. All the other servants rushed into action. Saya turned to who remained of the Bear clan. I would like all of you to go on patrol. Just in case. I know I may not be in charge. But I won't let this place fall into chaos. The Bear clan nodded and left. Sire, I'll be joining the patrol here. We have enough shinobi in the town. Saya nodded and didn't stop Shinobu from going after them. She mentally contacted Kanaka. Kanaka, could you please watch out for Shinobu-sama? I don't want anything to happen to her. I will, Kuro. Be at peace. Kin answered. Saya breathed a sigh of relief. Kushina leapt over the trees until she spotted Hinata and her bodyguards, Shiro and Chiro. She jumped down beside them and it took a moment for them to recognize it was her. I have a feeling Kana will come after you. If she does, I'll take her and you continue to search for Naruto. Understood, Kushina-sama. We'll leave Kana to you. Shiro and Chiro scooted in closer together to allow Kushina room to jog beside them. Any news of Naruto-sama yet? Kushina shook her head no. But we're not giving up. The Hokage has both Anbu members of the Inuzuka clan on it. We'll find him. Any signs of Kana yet? Hinata shook her head no. I have my Byakugan activated and I regularly scan the area around me. I'm trying to find Naruto and keep an eye out for Kana as well. For a while we thought you were her. She looked around the area she was in. Everyone, take cover. Everyone double-timed it behind some poked their heads around cautiously and looked around. Kana walked around, scanning the area. Come on out, Hinata. I don't have anything against you. This is for the good of the future. Kana wore a simple dress with leggings under them. Her hair barely moved around in the light breeze. Kushina made some hand signals and everybody understood. She would go out and challenge Kana, giving them time to get out of there and search for Naruto some more. Kushina held up 3 fingers. She slowly put one down, followed by another, and finally put the third one down. The 4 shinobi charged out. Kana made a move to follow Hinata but was blocked by her stepmother. No go. Why are you doing this, Kana? We welcomed you into our home and accepted you as a member of our family. This seems a poor way to repay us. Kana pulled out 2 kunai and held them out ready for combat. That's rich. A civilian using shinobi tools. I do this for the future, as I've said before. You didn't see what I saw. Now move or I'll make you get out of my way. Kana charged. That was only one of the possible futures you saw. You said it yourself in your journal. Kana looked first shocked and then angry. Kushina wasn't even threatened by this. What gave you the right to read that? Kushina tripped Kana and pinned her against a nearby tree. Her weapons fell to the ground. When you first tried to K Hinata. And after that, when you K your own brother. That's what gave us the right. You threaten your own family. Kana struggled, but she had no hope against someone like Kushina. How did you do it? Also, where is he? I'll only talk when that girl is S. As for K him, child's play. He was hot and I got him a drink. It had a slow-acting sleep aid in it. He never suspected a thing. Kushina hated herself for what she was about to do. But she pushed aside those feelings and did it anyway. She punched her stepdaughter in the gut. Kana went limp. Kushina threw the unconscious girl over her shoulder and started towards the Hokage tower. She was planning on depositing her with the Hokage and joining back up with Hinata. She reached the tower and walked through without pausing at the guards. Kushina ignored the one that followed her, marching straight to Tsunde's office at the top. She barged in and Tsunde looked up from her desk. Whatever she was about to say was lost as she saw Kushina's burden. What do you want me to do with her? Tsunde called in a couple of Anbu members. We'll take care of her. You two, make sure she's restrained somewhere. The two Anbu, one with a dog mask and the other with a crow mask, nodded and vanished with Kana. Now what are you going to do? I'm going to join the search with Hinata. Tsunde stopped her and spoke into the headset she was wearing. Kiba, how is the search going? If Kushina was shocked to hear she had brought outside shinobi into the search, she didn't show it. Kiba apparently answered back. Good. Stay where are you? Kushina Uzumaki will be joining you shortly. Kiba, Kushina asked. Of the Inuzuka clan. Kiba and Akamaru are really familiar with Naruto's scent. I asked those two to help out the search. He's in the woods right now. Do you know anything about his condition? Kushina nodded. He's been given a sleep aid. That's how Kana got him, offering him a drink when he was hot. Tsunde dug around in her desk and handed Kushina a water bottle and some powder. These will wake him up. Just mix the powder in the drink when you find him. Kiba is sure he's almost there. Don't doubt his nose. Kushina took it and jumped out of the window. She hit the ground and made her way into the woods. She was wondering how she would recognize the two, given she had never seen them. But that wasn't a problem. She saw a huge white dog with a rider on it. She was sure these were the two she was looking for. Are you two Kiba and Akamaru? The two nodded. Nice to meet you, Ms. Kushina. I'm pretty sure your son is behind this pile of collapsed trees. But I'm not strong enough to move them. Kushina walked up to the trees, not seeing a way around them. She made some quick hand signs and her muscles bulged out. Grunting, she moved them all to one side and as her muscles returned to normal, wiped her hands off. Kiba handed her a flashlight since it was now night time. Kushina flicked it on and looked around the clearing. There, do you see? Kiba pointed to a corner of the clearing. Naruto's gear hung from a high tree branch and Naruto was tied to a tree nearby unconscious. That doesn't look like a natural sleep. Akamaru barked. What? Whoever did this gave him a powerful sleep aid. He always was easy to K. Kushina went to her son and mixed the drink with the water. She held his mouth open and tipped some of it down his mouth. A minute passed. Naruto coughed for a moment before he opened his eyes. Mom, where am I? Kushina pulled out a kunai and freed her son. He got up and rubbed his wrists to get some circulation back. What happened that ended up with me here? He put his gear back on. It was Kana. Kana was also the one who tried to K Hinata. I'm not sure what the situation is, but it's being investigated. Let's go home. Hinata should be back by now. She's really worried. Kiba offered Naruto and Kushina a ride. Naruto accepted but Kushina refused. I'm going to make sure she's still not out searching. I'll come home in a little bit. Kiba dropped Naruto off and left to return home. He walked in and was almost driven into the wall of the house by Siren Shinobu's hug. I'm fine guys. Kana is under suspicion at the moment as I'm sure you know. Everybody in the room nodded. Hinata, Shiro, and Chiro were not there. They came in a minute later, Kushina behind them. Hinata ran to him. Again, you were hurt while someone tried to get to me. Hinata looked ashamed. Naruto snuck an arm around her back and tickled her on her right side, the most ticklish spot on her body. She couldn't help but laugh. Don't worry. The person responsible is caught. It's not your fault. It was Kana all along. Hinata looked shocked. We'll just have to wait and see for the results. Are you okay? I'm fine. What about you? Hinata looked at her fiancé with a concerned look. Just a little sleepy from whatever Kana slipped into my drink. A little rest and I'll be fine. Hinata nodded, relieved. I have to get home now. I'll see you soon, Naruto-sama. Naruto nodded but then stuttered. Hey, wait. Since when I was Naruto-sama to you? Hinata only laughed light-heartedly as she shut the door behind her. Shiro and Chiro had also left to escort her home. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.